these politicians are so reckless and stupid. It's like they cannot think 1 hour in advance, you know? They are, if they really care about helping the Ukrainians like they claim, if I'm Ukrainian and I look at this, I'm just going to scream. What are you idiots doing? You're liars. That's what I would say. And I'm still looking at this and I'm going to scream and say the same thing. You're liars. These politicians are still buying the same energy products from Russia, just third party, and on top of it, benefiting Russia. Russia is making so much money from this, and the war is still continuing. You see, the priority here should not be, oh, let's destroy Russia's economy. You do that, you're destroying Europe's as well. But the priority should be end the war. This is not how you end the war. This war started on the 24th of February, although I think many would disagree and say that it started in 2014. But nevertheless, for argument's sake, this war has been going on now for several months. Have the sanctions worked? No. They've only made Russia increase its revenues from fossil fuel exports, whether it's oil, it's gas. Russia's making even more money. The ruble is at its best since 2018, 2017. I don't even know. And the war is still continuing. The only thing that has changed is that the weapons manufacturers got rich. Okay? That's it. They say, oh, we're sending aid to Ukraine. We're sending this military aid. That money goes from Washington, D.C. to Wall Street. That's it. It stays in the U.S. It's not going anywhere. I'm, of course, simplifying this. You know, you have BAE Systems. Do you understand, though, the point? That money doesn't leave the U.S. The weapons leave the U.S. or leave the you know, wherever they're bringing them in from. They have supplies and cash, obviously, outside the U.S. The only people really benefiting from this are the arms exporters, are the arms manufacturers, and Russia. How has this helped Ukraine? Please explain to me how this helps Ukraine. If you are really interested in peace, why would you do this stupid stuff? Look, man, sanctions never worked in Syria. Bashar al-Assad is still there because he has the support of the people. The sanctions didn't work in Venezuela. Maduro is still there because he has the support of the people. The sanctions didn't work on Iran. Iran is now fourth in nanotechnology. They have such a capable defense industry. They have made huge strides. The 60-year embargo didn't work on Cuba. The revolution in Cuba is still there, is still alive. Why would you think it's going to work on Russia? Everything between Europe and Russia is intertwined. All of it. You know, you cannot take apart, destroy one of them without destroying the other. Why would you think that it would work on Russia? When Putin, from what I can see also, he has very much the support of his people. And on top of that, you are ruining Europe's economy in the process. They know this. They're not stupid. They know that this is just going to make Russia richer, but it also makes their friends richer. Do you understand? The money that their friends will make in the, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, BAE Systems, and all the other merchants of death. And they don't care about people dying. There are people dying in Ukraine. The sanctions, they're killing people in Syria. They're killing people in Iran. They're killing people in Cuba, killing people in Venezuela. They don't care about this. They don't care. As long as it benefits the private sector, it benefits the corporations. Do you see how we always come back to the same problem? We always come back to the same actors and the same motivations. It's always about profit incentive. I see idiots. I feel like these people are so inexperienced and dumb and childish. They just don't understand the balance of power. They don't understand how things work. I kind of hinted at this with Pepe when we were talking about Lavrov, who's the Russian foreign minister. Like, this guy's one of the only ones left from the old school diplomats. You understand? Bashar Jafari was one of them. You know, these are guys who already, they saw the Cold War. They experienced it. They know how things work. That there are certain things you make a fuss about and other things you just don't make a fuss about. And, you know, these people that think it's, acceptable to maybe risk a nuclear war. Who knows? Maybe we'll have us a little cheeky World War III. Why not? They're crazy. My point is, in international relations, there are different schools of thought, but it comes down to a basic question of importance. And what I'm seeing here from these people, they are so reckless. My goodness. Well done, you idiots. You have made Russia even more wealthy. You have propped up the ruble. You have 93 billion euros extra. 93, was it? 91? It's just 2 billion difference. What is that right now at this point? Pocket change, right? The war in Ukraine is still raging on. Ukrainians are still dying, if that's what you really care about, like you say. And you have basically pushed Russia into China's arms. You have set the multipolar world, on an even faster course. And did I miss something? You've basically really just screwed yourself and shot yourself in the foot. Well done. Well done. I think, for them, it's like, yeah, we'll make a little short-term profit. It's always about the short-term profit and whatever. They're beyond reckless. This is the West's inability to think 1 hour, 1 year in advance, 1 decade in advance. You can't do that when the whole economy and political system is geared towards, short-term profit. You can't do that. It's always about what should we do right now? Let's make money right now. It would be funny if it weren't that, because at the end of the day, this is not just about how much money Russia made. There are people that are actually dying. They're suffering right now, really suffering physically, mentally. Their lives are ruined forever. Maybe their towns, their cities, their country ruined forever. This is really fucked up. People like to count wounded and dead. It's not just about wounded and dead. You got people that are psychologically wounded. They have mental scars. You have long-term costs that are associated with it. Future generations, intergenerational trauma, many things that you cannot quantify. It's very sad, man. It's really sad.